All right, welcome to the podcast, guys. We have fellow Detroit fans over here. Myself, I'm live in DC right now. My colleague over here, Nabil Musawa, lives in Chicago right now. But the one thing we have in common is our passion for Detroit sports.
Absolutely. Which is slowly dying,
Yeah.
but we don't want it to die, technically.
So we decided to start this podcast out, talk about all things Detroit sports, college, and today's topic of discussion is the Detroit Pistons.
Yep.
Now, there's varying opinions about the Pistons. We're here to explore some of the possibilities, what we're thinking in our heads, various things we could do with the organization, what's going on right now, the future, and of course the draft, because who doesn't love a good draft? And as you guys know, we've gotten snake bit in the past due to organizational differences on players, and we're here to discuss that. So to start it off, just Nabil, what's going on with the overall state of the organization?
Well, right now we need to change a lot, and everybody keeps saying, a couple years ago we were saying Reggie Jackson, Andre Drummond, that's our top two guys, right? These guys are going to take us to the championship. Can you ever imagine Reggie Jackson and Andre Drummond holding up a championship trophy?
Not in a million years.
Never. I could never.
Nope.
I could never see it. And we've been saying this since we got Reggie Jackson. I think maybe the second game where he airballed maybe a layup in the last 10 seconds against the Spurs, I think it was. One of those games.
Yeah.
It was, after that point, I was like, I don't think this is the right fit for our team. We need someone who can shoot, score.
Do you remember even further back when that team was going on a roll? DJ Augustine was a starting point guard.
He was killing it.
He was on a roll. Yes.
He was killing it for our team. I don't know why we traded him.
And then we traded him for a guy in Reggie Jackson.
Right.
Who, if I'm not mistaken, he was exiled out of OKC.
He was. And they hated him there.
Didn't he put on his shoes future Hall of Famer in like a Sharpie or something?
Did he do that? Something ridiculous. I remember seeing he was after the Pistons played OKC right after he got traded, and he was celebrating. And then Durant and Russell both were like, we don't even, like, who is Reggie Jackson for him to celebrate,
Irrelevant.
Very irrelevant. But that being said, the Pistons right now, in the last 10 games, are 2-8.
Okay.
2-8.
Yeah. But we're supposed to be one of the elite teams in the East, right? We're supposed to be. Yeah, okay.
I think, honestly, max 7th seed. And I have a statistic for you, Ferris.
Let me hear it, bro. Let me hear it.
Since 2008-2009 season, what team has been in the bottom 8th the most in the East?
It's got to be us.
It's got to be us.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
Let's go.
How many times in the last 10 years do you think we were in the bottom 8th of the Eastern Conference?
I mean, it's got to be like what?
Out of 10 years.
10 years? Yeah. Probably like 7.
10 times.
10 times.
10 times straight.
All right.
We were in the bottom 8th of the Eastern Conference. Okay?
My gosh.
Let me tell you the next team to be in to be the most in the bottom 8th are the Nets, and that's 8 times.
That was after Jay Kidd and Vince Carter era.
Since 2008, 2009.
Okay, so it's around that.
So 8 times they've been in the bottom 8. So what are we doing wrong? We need a tank.
Yeah.
What we need to do is we need to get rid of Reggie Jackson.
Yeah.
And we cannot rely around Andre Drummond.
I agree. But let me ask you this. When was the actual last time we actually legitimately tanked for a player?
I can't remember.
Within that 2008-2009 era, we've never had a top 5 pick.
We've been 8 and below.
Never had a top 5 pick.
We've never been less than, I think, 10.
So we've never had an integral player, like a talent that you would not believe, from that 2009 draft class to 2017 draft.
Nope.
Never.
We've been 8, 9, 10, but we've never legitimately tanked. Now, I have another statistic for you.
Yeah.
In 2017-2018 season, last year,
all right,
76ers were 3rd.
Okay.
Do you know what ranking they were the year before in the Eastern Conference? The year before.
Probably like 8 or 7.
They were 14th.
14.
They went from 14th to 3rd the next year.
And why?
Because they tanked.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And that is a prime model of like the talent they acquired.
Exactly.
And we're not saying like, hey, tank and you're gonna get it right 100% of the time.
No.
But more times than not, you're gonna get guys like Embiid.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get guys like Simmons.
And then what happens when you get guys like that? You attract better players like Jimmy Butler.
Yep.
And that's why they're
100%.
killing it in the East right now.
Because we're not a market like LA we're not in a market like
No.
even Texas.
No.
Or Florida, like
And
Miami.
New York? No, we're not.
So you got to get elite players.
You need to either draft them or have players that make other players want to come there. Because
I mean, who the heck? No offense to all the Milwaukee listeners out there. Who wants to live in Milwaukee?
No,
but like
nobody.
You want to play with Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Exactly.
Right? He's an elite player.
And that team is killing it right now. Who else is on that team, Ferris? Chris Middleton, right?
Chris Middleton.
We drafted him.
We did draft him. He was our own guy.
Yep.
And did we trade him or did we trade on trading him?
We did trade him.
Who did we get in that deal?
I can't remember.
But
no one's significant. I'll tell you that.
Honestly, if no one can remember, it's a joke at that point.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, you know how many times the Cavs have tanked? In our lifetime, how many times have the Cavs been top 4, top 5 in the draft?
Probably like a bunch of times.
So many times.
And you got a mercurial talent like Kyrie Irving.
Exactly.
And I don't care what anybody says that championship over the Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
That was because of Kyrie.
You needed Kyrie.
Yeah, I mean
he was knocking the shots down.
Exactly. Who's the one who had to step back on Curry?
That was insane.
It's my guy right there, right? Straight up. You see the players you acquire, and it's not like, hey, you know what? We have an opportunity to snag a guy in the mid rounds, because there have been numerous times where that's been available, but we choose not to. You know, I mean, we'll talk about the absolute joke of an organization in terms of the personnel we've acquired.
Yeah,
we had a chance to have. In 2014, we ended up trading our pick, right? This is when it all snowballed.
Okay.
We ended up trading our pick, so we didn't have a first rounder. This is going to be a theme. And it's a theme.
Demoralizing.
Exactly.
As a fan, it's demoralizing.
100%. So we had a chance to acquire a mid-round pick in the 2014 draft. Okay. And we needed a 2-guard who could play defense. Mm-hmm. Who was there? Gary Harris. Who ended up taking him? Chicago Bulls, and then they ended up flipping him to Denver. Right now, he's been a staple for the Denver lineup defensively, almost averaging 2 steals a game, and always throughout his career averaging over 15 points a game. I think this year he's at 17, but he's hurt a little bit. But those are the guys you have to acquire, but we just haven't.
Yeah, we didn't. And who do we have replacing him?
When was the last time we had a good 2-guard?
I don't know.
And don't give me this KCP nonsense, all right?
No.
Do not.
KCP is doing terrible in LA too.
He's got exiled out of there. He's going to Houston speculation or something.
Yeah.
So I mean, like,
well, they were going to trade for Trevor Ariza, but yeah.
Oh, all right. I don't think that fell through. Right?
No, that didn't. That didn't go through. Yeah, but yeah. I mean, so many things that we've done wrong. Is it the scouting? Like, what's going on?
I think it's a lot of it's the scouting.
Yeah.
What's a mystery to me is, like,
we knew. Yeah, we knew.
If the fans are calling it out, it's not rocket science, right?
No,
I mean, this
exactly.
is an NBA team.
If the fans are calling it out, then something's wrong.
100%.
Yeah, and we're not doing it. Like,
Kemba. You want to talk about Kemba?
Kemba, who got Brandon Knight over him.
Yeah, okay.
Brandon Knight is bottom of he's on Phoenix Suns right now. No one knows about him.
He's not doing too well. I think he's hurt.
Kemba's killing it. For Charlotte.
Yeah, that's Kemba.
Doing
his thing.
Yeah. Who else did we pass up on?
You could go even farther and you could say, like, hey, we could have had Devin Booker.
Like,
just let that sink in.
Mm-hmm.
This dude averages 25 points a game. So he's a walking bucket essentially. But the low-key fact about him, he also dishes out 7 assists. Did you know that?
7 assists?
7 assists a game this year.
Wow.
So, like, you not only have a playmaker, you also have a guy who could just get you a bucket whenever. So then... Also, all right, you know what? You miss on Devin Booker. Maybe, hindsight's 20/20. That's fine. But, like, he's a Michigan guy. We needed a player like himself.
He wanted to come here, didn't he?
He legit
wanted to be a Piston.
Of course.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you don't pick guys who are even remotely close to the talent they are.
No.
You don't.
No.
And then what happened recently? We don't pick Donovan Mitchell.
Nope.
Even though he worked out with us. He even publicly said, I expect to be a Piston.
Yes, he did. It just hurts. It really hurts.
You know who we got instead of him?
Luke Kennard.
Oh, yeah.
Luke Kennard.
Everyone's talking about Luke Kennard, guys. Everyone's talking about him, right?
I mean, he's doing okay.
But he's not
Donovan Mitchell.
Like
Donovan Mitchell was in the running for Rookie of the Year. You're telling me to compare him to Luke Kennard? Who else did we pass up on?
I mean, we had an ability to in that draft with Stanley Johnson. Come on.
You know what? I specifically remember this, and I'm really I'm sorry because I was telling you Stanley Johnson's killing it.
You were telling me that.
And you wanted Justice Winslow, right?
I wanted Justice Winslow, but I missed
out on that. But he's not doing
that.
He's not.
In reality, that was a Devin Booker draft.
Was it?
I think that was a Devin Booker draft. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure because.
Oh, it was, and he was like 11th.
Yeah, because we were slated to get Justice Winslow or Devin Booker.
Oh yeah.
And then I was like, I wouldn't mind getting Devin Booker or Justice Winslow. Yeah. But then I was like, I kind of wanted Winslow, to be honest.
Yeah.
But like he's kind of a scrub now too. So
yeah.
But in fairness, like that's not my job.
Right? No, we can't watch every game. We're sitting here as fans,
Straight up.
We're given what we see. Like we can't go to the games and actually watch these guys, right?
No, not at all.
But I like Stanley Johnson because in the summer league he was killing it.
But dude, so did Henry Ellison.
Oh my god, what was that? 14th, 15th?
I think
about 15. These picks too.
Yo, what
these
the heck?
picks are so late in the lottery.
Yeah.
And we still could have. Imagine what would happen if we had a higher pick.
Man,
I feel like we'd probably mess up on that too.
But I mean, the chances of us messing up on it are way less significant.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? And you still get some sort of talent. Like with the mid-round picks, right? Like Toronto Raptors have made a killing off getting mid-round picks who just end up like Pascal Siakam this year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
insane, right?
Nobody's ever really talked about him,
right?
But like that's not our job.
Right.
If you're gonna pick a dude, pick a legit guy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like not someone we all know, but like you guys have a belief in.
Right.
That's a joke, man. Yeah, I mean, let's just talk about the future, man. Like what is the future?
What do we need to change?
Yeah. What is
well, 100% we need to trade Reggie Jackson. But the problem is, now I was trying to do my research, and the problem is with Reggie Jackson is his contract is so, like, we're paying him $35 million for 2 more years.
So that's 17 and 18.
We're paying him, yeah.
So it's backloaded.
And name me one team that Reggie Jackson would start on besides the Pistons. Can you name me a team?
Hey man, I got trouble finding him as a backup.
I cannot see him. I can't see a team wanting Reggie Jackson. Is what I'm trying to say.
Because one, you got to look at the locker room aspect. You don't want a guy entitled, and I think it's fair to say there have been actions
very entitled
that indicate he's been very entitled.
That reminds me of the game against the Timberwolves.
Yeah,
he loves to play hero ball. We've seen that many times.
Absolutely,
he will drive it in.
Yeah,
go for a ridiculous layup and completely missed. The Timberwolves, the only reason we won that game, we broke a 7-game losing streak. The only reason we won that game was because Andre Drummond, now I don't know if you saw the highlights, Andre Drummond got this crazy rebound from Reggie Jackson, hit the backboard off a layup, hit the backboard, didn't even touch the rim.
God damn.
Andre Drummond gets the rebound, tips it in, whatever.
Yeah, it's fortunate.
Then, next play later, the Pistons have the ball. Andre Drummond, shot clock winding down.
Yeah.
Turnaround 3. Nails it, gives us the lead. Can we rely on that?
I saw that.
Can we rely on that? That's not something we can rely on.
I saw the Timberwolves bench, and they're all going like... Because even they knew, like, are you kidding me?
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's not something we can rely on, right?
Bump that.
So the thing is, I tried looking at some things. I tried doing ESPN Trade Machine, Reggie Jackson, Luke Kennard, and possibly a draft pick for Bradley Beal. But the thing is, would they want that?
I don't know.
Would the Wizards want that?
No, they won't want him because they got John Wall.
They don't want that, but the draft pick?
If you tie in a first rounder, that's one thing, right?
Yeah.
But I'm also even willing to give up. I'm willing to give up a future first rounder.
Okay.
So I'm saying like what 20?
2.
Not
two.
Not a 2019. I would give up Luke Kennard and a future first rounder for Bradley Beal because his contract's 25, 27, 28 mil a year.
Yeah.
That's for 3 more years. And he's obviously a bona fide bucket.
Mm-hmm. That's what we need. We need someone who 100%. Can score all the time, not just here and there.
Could you imagine just like tying him up with like Blake?
That'd be awesome. Yeah. And I love Blake Griffin. I think he's a great player.
He actually shows heart.
He definitely does, and you can see that on the court.
100%.
He just needs players around him that can help him.
Yeah. And I think that's where we'll get to this. We'll talk about you got to have a point guard, but if you tie in bucket getters, together, I mean, again, someone's not gonna get theirs, and that's fine, and like that's where egos have to like not be in place, but just the ability to get it right.
Right. No,
some guy may be off his game.
Yeah.
That's just basketball. It is what it is.
We need that. Like Reggie Jackson misses wide open threes.
Yeah, well, regularly.
I was watching this Hawks game. We're losing, and the Pistons, they made a comeback. They were down by 15. They make a comeback. Reggie Jackson does a step back three, guarded, makes it, but he can't make a wide open three. We don't need someone who. We need someone who can score wide open threes first and foremost.
With no problem, man.
With no problem.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, in today's NBA, I want a guy.
That should be standard.
Yeah,
that should be standard. That's not something we should
100%.
be hoping for.
I want a guy who hits 35% from 3-point.
Just standing alone.
Easily, no problem. I mean, obviously 40% would be nice, but that's like an elite scorer kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. You know, there's still things like the thing about Reggie Jackson is I would just drop him after next year. I would love to. I would take the cap hit.
I would love to.
And I would just drop him because you're not progressing. You're just going to be the same team you've been for the last 3 years, which we all know has been absolutely mediocre.
We need to tank. That's the number one thing we need to do is we need to tank in order to get a good draft pick. Now, this draft coming up is going to be one of the greatest.
It's gonna be pretty good, man.
It's going to be one of the greatest. Now, Duke's guys, all three. Top three guys are killing that. Now, if we can just get a good guard in that draft, we'll be fine. We can pair him up with Blake, Drummond. I mean, Drummond is a different story.
I think for Drummond you just have to, because he has just so much money, and like you got to talk about the owner and the fact that he's buddy with him.
Yeah, and they're really good friends.
So you're not getting rid of him, and unless something drastic happens, we get sour with the fans. But we've shown like with Drummond. Like, I don't want him as a teammate. The guy's an absolute nightmare on social media.
He is very, very bad.
Dude,
remember that?
You could get into his head.
What's that?
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how weak-minded he is.
What happened with Joel Embiid?
He posted a video of him dancing, like, awkwardly on his IG. That just solidifies the fact that, like, Embiid literally clowns a guy regularly because you can know he can get into his head.
Joel Embiid got 33 points on the guy. And Andre Drummond still would post on Twitter, he can't guard me. I can't. Yeah, like
the dude's delusional.
And he got maybe 8 points that game.
But you know what I love though is like the Drummond like lovers and the fans, they all be like, yo, but he does this and this. I'm like, it doesn't matter, man. You realize any good center he plays or any matchup he always loses it against a good player.
You're gonna get lost in the stats like that.
Yeah.
If you don't watch the game. If you watch the game, you can see so many boneheaded mistakes.
Yep.
So much he puts into the wrong emotions into the game.
Don't you love when he tries to be point guard?
Oh my god.
It's the funniest thing.
Oh my god.
His handles, man.
I mean, I think Dwayne Casey is trying to get him to spread out the floor more.
Yeah.
Like he even told him to start shooting threes. You know that? So
right.
I mean, I like Dwayne Casey, but I think we need someone different than Drummond.
Yeah, and again,
we need someone who can actually shoot.
I was looking at this. It's not going to be till 2021 or 2021, 2020 or 2021, to where we have the ability to like flip our roster completely. And Blake's going to be with us for a while, so that's fine.
So yeah.
Yeah, but that's the year where like Reggie and Drummond for sure will be gone, hopefully.
Yeah.
And that's if they don't get re-signed.
But the thing is, with that Blake thing that you're saying, he's not going to be the same Blake that we're seeing.
He's not.
In that 4 years from now, 3 years from now, he's going to be probably close to retiring.
Dude, that's fine. Like, we just got to get the most out of him within the next, 3 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. So, I mean, the part of the future that we're talking about, in my belief, and I don't know if you agree, I don't think they're going to be bad enough to tank to get one of those top 5 guys that's a hot commodity.
No, we're not doing it right.
No, we're
because looking at the standings, New York Knicks.
Yes.
You know who else is in the bottom of the standings in the East?
No idea.
Cavs.
The Cavs.
What do they do when
they're doing it again, dude?
When they're exactly, they know what to do. They go to the bottom.
And Colin Sexton, man, I think he's gonna be good.
Yeah. So that Bulls are also in the bottom of the East. Those 3 teams are tied for last.
Hey man, think about this, bro. Zion, Lauri Markkanen, and what's that guy's name?
Zach LaVine.
Zach LaVine, and then there's he's a new player, Wendell Carter.
Oh yeah, Wendell Carter. Yeah.
That's a scary lineup, bro.
That's awesome.
That's the ability of tank. That's what it does, dude.
Yeah.
And then
that team's gonna be stacked next year. Once they get a new coach, when they figure out their coaching situation.
I don't know about that. That's kind of funny. At least we don't got that problem.
Yeah. We did have it a few years ago with Tayshaun and
with all those fools.
Yeah, but But yeah, and the Suns, I believe, are the worst
Suns,
in the West.
I think Suns will always be bad. I'm sorry.
I think they're coming back though.
You think
after
so?
next year, once they draft, they're last in the West right now.
What hurt them was the inability to grow for Josh Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
The guy from Kansas, correct?
Yeah.
Josh Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Is that his name?
Yeah, Josh Jackson.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So I think that hindered him a little bit. And then is DeAndre Ayton really that guy for them?
I mean, I like him. He's in the running right now for Rookie of the Year too, right? Luka's gonna get it. Luka's gonna get it for sure. That guy's good. But he's like second or third.
I think the highest ceiling is Jaren Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
He has the highest ceiling.
He's doing well.
Dude, he's so young.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah, that class was
he's taking over for Marcus Gasol once he's out. But
yeah, I mean, dude, think about it real quick from that draft class. See how loaded it was.
Yeah.
And guess what? Pistons didn't have a draft pick.
Of course they didn't. But hopefully,
God, that's funny.
Hopefully this draft.
Yeah.
Now, hopefully we tank enough in order to get a great guard. Do you have any guards in mind that you want to?
So I have 3 players, and we could obviously do an in-depth. The closer it gets, the longer the season goes on. Yeah. I have 3 guys where I really believe
three guards, right?
Yeah, I think they could really fit well into what we're trying to do or what I believe we should do. So the first guy is Matt McClung. So at Georgetown, again, tough situation just because the program's trying to get back up with Ewing. Mm-hmm. But he's averaging 12 a game, and that's not easy for in that conference he's playing in.
Okay.
But I just think the upside, the way he shoots the ball, I would like to see a little more consistency. I don't know if he's going to leave. He might be a sophomore who leaves.
Okay.
And that's fine, but that's the type of player I would like. The athleticism, the kind of the spirit.
What pick would you expect him to go?
He could honestly be if he leaves, he'd be a late first rounder, which would be around the time we would go. Maybe if we kept messing up,
we should be.
Yeah. He's not leaving.
They were protected 17th right now.
Yeah, so he'd be for sure around this. I think everyone I'm gonna name off should be in that range.
Okay.
So these next 2 guys, they're for sure gonna leave. Romeo Langford is one.
Okay.
He's a guy like in the Big Ten. Man, this is tough-nosed defense, game in and game out.
Which would be great.
Dude, he's a freshman having 17.5 a game.
Okay.
17.5
What's he? What
Indiana.
Indiana. Okay.
Indiana, yeah.
Okay.
So all those guys, all our boys love him.
Yeah.
He also grabs 6 rebounds a game at 6'6". So you can see the athleticism just within that.
That'd be awesome.
So he would fit that mold, and he'd be available. I don't know if he'll be available, but I think in that 10 range, he'll be available. So if we get down to there,
okay,
depending on teams' needs,
right,
we could potentially.
Yeah. And
then kind of maybe a sleeper people don't really know about is Jared Culver.
Okay.
And he's out of A&M. Dude, this dude averages 19.6 points a game.
19.6?
19.6 in college, bro. That's as a freshman too, or as a sophomore. Sorry.
Okay.
So you saw the improvement from freshman to sophomore year.
Yeah.
And then also same thing. He's 6'5", but grabs 6 rebounds a game.
6'5", grabs 6 rebounds.
And people may say early in the season, you may not play good teams, but he dropped 25 against Duke. Against that Duke team.
That Duke team is insane.
And you know what? They lost. That's whatever it is. It's A&M. But he still showed up when it mattered, putting 25 up against those dudes.
You always have had a good scouting in college. You've picked a lot of players that we should have picked that have blown up.
I like the college game.
Yeah.
This is just stuff where I see these guys play randomly, and I just I'd like to have them on our team. So this is just a few things that we could have done. I think for the future.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you have any thoughts with the college game. I think we've missed in the past, and I really think it's not that difficult.
We need to change something in terms of scouting, because so many times us as fans have noticed who's going to be great in the NBA, and we just haven't capitalized.
Yeah.
But this is going to be a really stacked draft class. I mean, I really hope that the Pistons tank because.
Yep.
Because anywhere you tank in the lottery, I think anywhere you tank is gonna be, you're 9 times out of 10 you're gonna have a good pick, unless you pick someone no one's ever heard of.
Yeah,
right?
We've done that in the past,
and we've done that.
But you know what?
So hopefully this time is different around.
I'd rather have the chance of us doing it as opposed to not.
Absolutely. I mean, what do we have to lose at this point?
We're mired in mediocrity. It's the same thing with the Lions. If anyone was rooting for them today, really, why would you root for them today? If they win, they just help their draft position. But if they lose, they continue to get a lower and lower pick for the ability to draft someone who could actually change the organization.
This current roster is not going to take us anywhere.
It's not talent. It's like we have one talented player, 2 prima donnas, and a bunch of nobodies nobody wants.
Exactly.
A bunch of spare parts.
Our depth chart is just...
Oh, it's horrendous.
It's horrendous, man.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. All right, and it seems like our bench has been bad for it forever.
It hasn't been good since probably 2007. I mean, ever since we traded Chauncey, everything's been going downhill.
I mean, you keep in mind, too, we're paying John Lord $10 million a year.
That is definitely... Do we play him?
I think he averages like 5 minutes a game.
We do not play him. We're paying $10 million for someone that does not play.
Or paying, was it $7 million for Langston?
Langston Galloway. He's the next most paid player.
Hey, but he's supposed to be the 3-point shooter on our team, right?
He's supposed to be our 3-point shooter, but Reggie Bullock scores more threes than him. Or he plays more. Anyways.
Yeah, he gets 2.5 a year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is...
I mean, our current starting lineup is also abysmal. With Reggie Jackson, Luke Kennard, Reggie Bullock, Blake Griffin, and Drummond.
Yeah.
No one can... I don't see anyone shooting on that team.
Nope. None. Nada. So, I mean, this is just the first topic of discussion with the NBA. We thank you guys for listening, if you guys are listening. And hopefully next time we'll talk about the state of the NFL as well as our Detroit Lions. And I know we're going through a tough time. Man, we haven't had a championship in a minute.
We've been as Detroit, we have not won in a long time.
And we don't even live in the state anymore, and we still carry that pride. But man, it's tough because you see organizations doing the right things, and we're like, man, why don't we do that?
Yeah.
But we'll dive into it a lot more deeper. Thank you guys for joining us, and have a good day.